All video and audio from this video comes from the Canon Powershot V1. We're gonna start with a noisy environment, so please bear with the video, but I hope it gives you a good idea of how the internal microphone sounds. Let's get started on the video. Welcome, today we are in Singapore, in Little India, and we're gonna be testing out this new toy that we have. This is the Canon Powershot V1. How does it look? So we're gonna talk about the pros and cons of this camera, and right off the bat, I think one of the best pros is that you're on a very wide lens. Look at this. This is a 16mm equivalent lens, but it is a zoom lens as well, so I can zoom in very easily up to 50mm on this camera. This kind of lens is very effective, very useful for vlogging. It is a very hot day today. So we are on our way to this restaurant called Komala Villas. Somewhere here, because we're staying in Little India, and I think it's a disservice to where we're staying if we don't try some nice Indian food. We found the place and they let me in, so... Thank you. It's like as big as my face. It's a nice cheese. So I figured out one of the cons then. So like if I like this 16 to 50 range, I don't particularly like that it ends with a 4.5 actually. 50mm has an aperture of 4.5, so you won't really get like that nice bokeh. But this is nice. We're trying to navigate to our train. I think it's leaving in about... Oh no, we missed our train, but I mean it's gonna be here in 6 minutes again anyway, so should be fine. We'll just wait. So we're now on our way to the Bayfront. Let's talk about another great pro of this camera. We are here, Bayside, Singapore. One thing I really like about this camera is it has a built-in ND filter. If you don't know what an LD filter is, it is essentially just shades for your camera. So without the ND, it's super washed out. I'll show you. So without the ND, it looks like this, super washed out. But with the ND filter, it looks like this. Not so bad, not so washed out. Like all of the bright things aren't as bright as if you were wearing shades. So amazing pro for this camera. Let's go see a bit more of Singapore. I was looking for that and it was just there. That is the Marina Bay Sands. That is a huge ship on top of 3 buildings. Actually, I want to go there. We have found ourselves inside Marina Bay Sands, the front lobby, the ground floor lobby. It is expansive, like look at that, huge. We wanna go make our way to the gardens by the bay. We were just down there. There's like this bridge that connects the Marina Bay Sands, that big towering building right above us, and the gardens by the bay. So we're on that bridge right now. And then I wanted to go to the gardens by the bay just to test out like a more outdoorsy kind of use case for this camera. Oh, it is an extremely hot day out today. But one thing that I kind of missed that the Canon Canon Powershot V1 does not have is a viewfinder, because on bright days like this, it's kind of hard to see the screen on the camera, so like with the glare and the bright lights. So I think a viewfinder would be great if you wanna like really check your shots, your exposure, your framing and stuff like that. Because right now I can't even see the screen. It's facing me. I can't see the screen because it's so bright out. It is a hot day. Let's get back indoors. Chickens here. On the note of heat, I think a great pro for this camera though is it has a fan in it. So like there's minimal risk of it overheating, probably no risk of it overheating, because the fan will kick in when the camera starts feeling a little hot. Given the heat today, I feel like if I was shooting on a different camera like my Sony ZV-1, it would have already overheated. So great for this camera, but the heat isn't great for me. I'll see you in a bit when I'm a bit cooler. The chickens are watching me. Chickens! There's just something about the grandeur of huge man-made structures that just make me feel so small. Just look at that. Huge building. Not many people are out today because I feel like it's because it's so hot, but take a good gander at Singapore. This is Singapore. And that over there is the Merlion. Can you see it? It's spitting water. How do you like the stability of the footage today? Because I haven't reviewed the footage, so I don't know. But we have been shooting without digital stabilization on. It's only just been the camera, whatever stability it has. And I think it's doing a fairly good job. Like, everything here is handheld. I don't think it's super shaky. So I think that's a pro for the Canon Powershot V1. My Sony's crop way too much for that stability. Now that's a view. Like the last time I was in Singapore, I really wanted to try this place. But I didn't have time. I didn't have time to try it out because, we're generally in Singapore for work. But today we do have time. And after like a very hot walk out in the gardens by the bay, I think it's time for a bit of a rest, a bit of like some refreshment. This camera is like interesting. When you are running out of battery, the tally light blinks red to signal that it doesn't have any more juice. So that's good. That's both a pro and a con. The pro there is, like when your battery's running out. The con there is we're not even halfway through the day and my battery has run out. So that's not a very good thing for like travel vlogging. We'll charge the camera while we're having drinks. It has turned into a rainy day here in Singapore, and I think that's probably one of the cons, if it's even a fair con for this camera, is that this camera doesn't have weather sealing, so I can't really take it out in the rain, unlike my A7 IV or other cameras that have weather sealing. But I don't think it's fair to really expect this camera to have it. I mean, it's a flying camera, but if that's a factor for you deciding if you're gonna buy this camera, then no, it doesn't have weather sealing.
Chinatown Interchange. 牛车水.
So after a quick shirt change and a train ride, we are here. We find ourselves here in Chinatown because we are here to meet up with a friend. And there she is. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Mel. What do you say? I don't know, I'm Mel.
And then yeah, that's Mel. Or actually Cast Colors. Cast Colors on YouTube, and she promised to take me around Chinatown.
Okay, well, this is the Binondo of Singapore. this was where the settlements for the Chinese used to be. Here, it became more of an art scene.
Art scene.
Yes.
I like Singapore because you have the old and the new together in one place. This is nice.
If you're going for a day itinerary, you should just head down south because they have everything. The blend and mix of cultures here, which is in the southern area. If you have time to have like a 2 or 3 day more, you should head to the north to go to the nature reserves, the zoos, because they have a big area there that's specifically meant for the wildlife. And then for the east, you should go there for the food, for Changi and the expo. But if you go to the west, it's mostly industrial.
Oh, industrial.
Shopping, the fashion scene is here, the art scenes are here, and then if you go a bit off, you will start going to the Universal Studios and
Oh, okay.
So the attractions are mostly in the south. It's concentrated here, pero it's either north or south. Kasi the residentials are mostly in the west and the eastern side. Kasi on the east is just the airport, diba? So the only place you can go there is Jewel.
Ladies and gentlemen, my travel guide. Subscribe to Cast Colors. No, I really like that they preserved it in this way. But there's like also a bit of modernity to
Yeah.
everything. So Mel, this is called Haji Lane.
It's called Haji Lane. So what you can find here are a lot of shops. So where we came from, if you turn around, these are all the bars. It's very vibrant.
Vibrant.
At the end of our trip,
We're gonna say goodbye to Mel.
end of the trip. So if you have any questions, comment down below.
Yeah. Okay.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Bye, Mel. Okay, so we just said goodbye to Mel. And this is a great opportunity for us to test out the low light performance of this camera. And I think it is actually doing very well in this low light situation. I mean, there are lights outside, but my ZV1 would be failing with this lighting setup. So I think this is a good pro for this camera. Great, excellent low light performance. This is our one last low light test against the light, with a bit of light, with a bit more light, and I think that the low light performance of this camera is pretty okay. Definitely okay for vlogging. I guess I just have a few closing thoughts for this camera. Number one, I had to plug in this camera to my power bank like almost the entire day. So I think if you're gonna be buying this camera, you do well to pack a few extra batteries, like a couple or 3, 4, however many. I went through one whole battery in about 2 hours for a travel vlog. That's not good, but I mean, it's a small camera, so we don't expect much in terms of battery life. I guess that's the downside for that. That's a con. Things I like though, I really like the texture of the actual camera body. It's nice to hold in the hand. It feels very secure to hold. Doesn't feel like I'd let go of it accidentally. It's light, so I can do a one-handed handhold vlog like this. Performance great, handling is great. In terms of audio, I don't know yet. You tell me. But I'll also give it if it's either a con or a pro about the built-in audio quality. So this entire vlog we've just been using the internal microphone, and I actually just discovered that we're using the built-in noise reduction for this camera. So let me know how that goes. But overall, my overall sentiment for this camera is that I might have to replace my A7 IV with this. It's such a good camera. It's so small, compact. It has a very wide field of view. You don't need to crop in with image stabilization. I mean, it's actual lens stabilization. Again, my only concern is the battery life. I think it's only really the battery life that is my biggest issue with this camera. Maybe if I use a wireless microphone, that would help the audio quality, but again, this is a really good camera. Happy I bought it. Highly recommend if you're gonna get into vlogging, this would be the camera to buy in 2025. So if you like this video, if you like Singapore, and if you like how we do our travels, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in our next video. See ya.